when you hear something like that, you know, the power of that drum kind of overcomes you, and you realize that you're in a very special moment, you know, and there's a lot of power, spiritual. And then wasn't shortly after that a woman by the name of Moves Camp. She got up and she said, you know, she said, I'm tired of my brothers dying of alcoholism. I'm tired of my nephews coming home and they got an alcohol problem. I'm tired of my conditions of my family when I try to get water or help from the tribal government. She says, nobody wants to help, but yet we hear about all these funds, we hear about all these programs. She said, whatever happened to the spirit of Crazy Horse? She said, is he gone now, or does he still live here amongst us? Man, it was like a shockwave went through, you know. Especially us as young people, myself, Vietnam veteran, you're thinking, oh man, you know, let's go, you know. Kind of start thinking like, we got to do something, man. This is the women are asking for help. I mean, anybody with any kind of pride or cultural background or family background, you say, we got to protect the women. Of our elderly people to change, that they would get involved with transporting of weapons, obvious violation of the law, but they believed that what we were doing was right in confronting the institutions of government, the institution of the church. They believed, in fact, so much what we were doing, they put their life on the line, men and women, young people, old people. And I think that's what really, in some ways, it antagonized a lot of the conservative Indian leadership across America. Because all of a sudden we had different entities of government saying, well, these are not the elected officials of Indian tribal government, therefore they're not really representative of Indian people. Almost like saying, you know, like they do in colonial times, that, you know, these are not the good Indians. These are just rebel rousers, urban Indians that are coming to disrupt as outside agitators. So there was, as we talked about earlier, there was a lot of reaction across Indian America, but for the most part, when they saw the support that we had from the elders and from the young people across America in the colleges who were flocking there of all colors, of all races, even our conservative tribal representative had to support Wounded Knee. So in a way, it's probably been one of the greatest coalitions that was ever built in the 20th century amongst our Indian people, to stand up to the government.
I'm so glad that I was part of history, modern day history, modern day Indian history. I was a part of it. Not just me, because Teoshpai and my family, you know, are part of that. They'll go down in history along with me. And hopefully that'll influence the generations to come. You know, that it wasn't just an incident, you know. The Red Power movement changed our history for us. So sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta get out there and just put it on the line. And I did it. I was part of history.
Well, the FBI conduct is atrocious regarding Leonard Pelletier. They started out by seeking and manufacturing a perjured affidavit by someone who they threatened to say false allegations in order to bring him back to the United States, where without that could not happen. Then they proceeded to a trial where the FBI literally withheld ballistic tests which they had done, which would have shown, and did show later, that the bullet that they claimed Leonard Peltier shot from his rifle could not have been shot from that weapon. It didn't have those markings. That was withheld. And of course, the manner in which other evidence was fabricated and people were threatened is just revolting. And it continues to this day. We've had the FBI and other law enforcement people flexing their muscles to say, don't let this person out of prison. He may have been there for 27 years. It may be that the evidence is really shaky, but keep him there.
But Leonard is in prison, you know, and he's in there for all of us. So he'll get out. It's just that the indictment actually is against the U.S. government, and eventually that story is going to be told about what those classified documents are, and I think will reveal the true plan of the U.S. government at that time and how to kill the American Indian movement.
Wounded Knee has, it's like a tattoo on your heart. You know? It just becomes that nobody could ever take away the stand that we made.